Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts tournament. Today, looking at the first of the two losers, the Germans and the French. These results, this battle, is going to be deciding which of these two we're going to see for the next round. The loser of this fight is out of the tournament. There are high stakes. Is it going to be the Tibenator or the Schwerer Schlagmann that fights its way back into the tournament? Let's go and find out. Alright, here we go. It is the Valeureuse, the France, and the Tibenator. The Tibenator class is designed by Thibaut versus the Schwerer Schlagmann, is designed by Speed 3 Freak. Lots at stake for these guys. They want to win. The loser of this particular match is out of the tournament. Now, it looks like the Germans have line of sight. The French don't. That's surprising. I don't believe that the French tower is that much smaller or that much worse at spotting. But for now, the Germans are shooting at the French with impunity. There's no spotting going on. And the shells are getting dangerously close to the Tibenator. The Tibenator class, or the Tibenator class, armed with those 14.9-inch guns. And with those, they got that really, really high reload. 91 seconds. Last time around, they lost a bunch of crew. And considering that they have cramped quarters, this meant that their reload was sometimes going up above 100 seconds. The Germans, by contrast, have 16-inch guns. Their reload isn't very good either. It's going to be a much harder hitting shell. But, well... Ooh, actually... It's going to be interesting to see how much damage that did. Not too bad. It's going to be interesting to see which one of these fairly slow reloading ships, or ship classes, are going to outperform the other. I do believe that the Mark II 16-inch guns are slightly inferior to the Mark III 14.9s. I mean, a different mark on a gun just means you got a slightly different stat. Your accuracy is going to be better, your rate of fire is going to be better, your pen, I think, can be better. But that also very much depends on the type of shell that you get. Now, the French have returned the favor and hit the lead German ship here with a hit squarely on the foredeck, but it didn't really do a whole lot of damage, it was only a partial pen. The Valeureuse is pretty heavily armored, 17-inch main armor belt, plus 142%. Not at the same armor level as the Italians with their 20-inch main belt. Their main deck, however, at 13 inches, means that at least for now, the French are probably safe. What? The Germans already lost a gun? Wow. That's a really bad start. Really bad start for Germany. That's one of your 4 turrets out of the fight. And considering the angle, I'm seeing 4 deck partial pens. It probably went right through the turret roof, causing an immediate knockout of the A turret. Ooh, some shells are landing awful close here, but no hits for just yet. The secondary armament on these German ships are a bunch of casemate 6ers, as well as a couple of triple-barreled turrets. The French have their 7-inch. Again, long-range turret, or long-range gun potential with 15.1 AP. Although, these AP shells, well, they're going to have to hit something very, very lightly armored. Because at 12.5 kilometer range, they can pen 6 inches. Which, considering the armor of these things, is probably not enough to go through something like the superstructure. So this means that you're going to be, well, in a pretty tough time trying to get a bunch of damage with the 7-inch. As long as you're firing AP. You fire HE, you're starting to melt crew, you're going to start to set fires. And these are high-capacity HE shells, so pretty well versed in shedding a bunch of fires. The main guns, currently fighting at a range of 12 kilometers, means that they can pen 51 inches of armor. And more we're starting to see main belt partial pens. Also main tower partial pens. Thankfully for the French, nothing too serious just yet. Got an 85% ID here. Oh, they switched fire, didn't they? Yeah. The Germans have switched fire a few times now, causing damage to, well, basically all ships. But it's largely insignificant. The T-Benator is the only one that took about 10% damage instability as a debuff. Aside from that, it's not too bad. Now, let's see what these French guns can do against the Schwerer Schlagmann. The Schwerer has a 2.8% chance to hit. 3.8, it's definitely going up, as their gun recoil is going down quickly. But they do have a 24% damage instability. So you can quickly see this accuracy ramp up until the point where they decide to switch targets, apparently. The French are looking at 45% chance to hit. Now that is some accuracy that the Germans would probably love to see on their ships. The real question is, we have the accuracy, but do we have the pen? In bow and stern, yes. And that's exactly where some of these shells land, as the rudder gets damaged and a couple of shells just get blocked. But that rudder damage could be significant, as it means that the Schwerer Schlagmann is forced to stay broadside. Even if she would want to turn, well, she can, it's just going to take a lot longer. The 6-inch guns now firing HE. The French are also switching to HE, but with their dual barrel secondary 7-inchers, they're still fighting AP. So they're firing a lot more HE than they are AP. The Germans are, what was that? Standard quarters. Yeah, so they don't take as much of a debuff from simply having their crew removed. French 1.4% lost. Their accuracy has not been affected yet. It's been going to secondary gun losses and control losses. And as such, no bad issues to reload happening just yet. Flooding on the Schlagmann seems to be under control. No, actually, it's still going. The French ship's heavily focusing... What? Destroying another? Yes, they destroyed another main turret. The second turret on the main... on the Schwerer Schlagmann has been destroyed. She's now down to 50% capability. That's gonna hurt. Especially since that also took out more of her structure. So, 50% damage instability is no fun. 6% chance to hit. The Bayern, 0.9? She just fired. She had recoil. Yeah. Reload on these guns, 82.7 seconds. And like I said, they're Mark II. Their pen, at this range, which is 10 kilometers out, should be sufficient to go through at least part of the French ship. We're 10 kilometers out, we can pen 36 inches of armor, but with the armor quality level that the French have, it's not enough. You can pen bow and stern. You can pen the superstructure. Maybe they can pen the guns if they rain on top of it, but outside of that, I don't really think so. It is not looking too good for Germany right now. But a lot can still change, of course. Somebody gets a flash fire, and all bets are off. How are the secondaries doing? Yeah, absolutely a joke. 173 damage, 159. You have got to be kidding. Another main turret on the Schwerer Schlagmann has been destroyed. Their D turret, as the Germans use ABCD, their D turret has been knocked out, leading the Schlagmann, with only 25% of her regular firepower. That's pretty bad, and the Schlagmanns decided to change formation and let the Bayern take point for a bit. Not that that really matters to France, because the French can still very much reach out and touch the Schlagmann from that range. It is, however, going to be a very angled stern that they're now trying to hit. Now, the question is, would you, in this situation, take out the Schlagmann altogether? Or would you start focusing fire on Bayern and Beowulf? Because you could make the case, well, the Schlagmann has lost 75% of her effective combat power, might as well ignore her for now, and switch fire to the other ships which are still capable, hoping to knock out their DPS as well. The ships, however, yep, the French ships are targeting the Bayern. They've now taken aim at the lead ship, and the salvos are going in, destroying another main gun on the Bayern. This is bad news for Germany. They keep losing one turret after the other. The French ships have taken damage to their turrets, but they're not destroyed. They're very much functional, and they are very much capable of inflicting a lot of hurt on the German ships. This is not looking good for the Germans at all. Whoa, that was a big hit. 3,500 damage as the main belt on the Bayern gets fully penetrated. A shell explodes in the middle of the ship, taking out a lot of her hit points. I think all 6 inches just got demolished there. That was a destructive event for the Bayern. Absolutely destructive. What is going to happen to this ship? She's falling back, letting Beowulf take point for a bit. Hold on, you guys are refocusing on Schlagmann. No, they're still focusing on the Bayern. Oh, and now her other side, starboard side, is also taking a beating. Bayern desperately trying to change her position in the formation. But I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. 28% crew loss on Schlagmann. We got 23.9 on Bayern. We got 3.9 on Beowulf. The French 14.5, 0.8 and 3.5. It looks like it could get decided pretty quickly here. Rudder damaged. Casemate destroyed. Ooh, just short of the Schwerer Schlagmann there. So the only mostly full health ship that they got is Beowulf. Beowulf has taken some damage, some flooding. Generally okay. It's gonna be enough though. Can you tank this much damage? Or can you somehow dish it out against the French? I think the Germans already lost this fight a while ago when they lost so many turrets. And I wonder if the Beowulf is going to suffer the same fate. Well, they just got a casemate destroyed. Casemates are a bit of a weak spot. Whoa, that went way over the Tibenator there. That was a bad shot by Beowulf. Well, they got a trained crew. So does the Tibenator. But the Tibenator seems to be doing a heck of a lot better. And yes, another main turret has been destroyed aboard a German ship. Beowulf has lost 25% of her firepower. We're still seeing a bunch of secondary guns damaging the Schlagmann. That could actually, with enough time, take out the ship. Simply by killing off as much of her crew as possible. Forcing the ship to surrender. Damage to main tower, flooding. Tibenator just shrugging off all the incoming fire from the Germans. Insofar as there's any left. Considering their distinct lack of turrets. Jesus, that was destructive again. That was 4,055 from Tibenator. Almost destroying the Bayern. She's going to have a lot of flooding on her hands to worry about. And considering that she's lost a bunch of crew, well, she's going to have fewer people to fix that problem with. Can they finish off the Bayern, or are they still going to focus their efforts on something else? Yeah, they're focusing on Bayern now. Yeah, like 2 or 3 more good hits and you're gone. And this could be it. Flooding. Buoyancy dropping quickly. France is almost loaded. Crew loss on Valeureuse is starting to take a real hit for her reload. 110 seconds now, it's just shy of 2 minutes. And I think she's done it. Yep, Bayern's gone. Bye-bye, Bayern. Beowulf, doing as much as she can, but just look at the amount of damage that the French have done. 28k versus 3.5 by the Germans. It just pales in comparison. And that actually surprises me, considering the, well, I'd say pretty decent design from the Germans. Schwerter Schlagmann had a notification there destroying another turret, but that's not actually the case. Her third turret, the C turret, is still functional. Although only just. She's lost 43.9% of her crew. 44.9, she's gonna surrender. Gone. Surrendered, Schwerter Schlagmann. Beowulf, you're gonna have to pull some sort of magic weapon out of whatever turrets you have left if you want to have any chance of winning this fight. You won't do it by crew loss. You're not that likely to do it by setting fires. Maybe causing a flash fire of some sort. I don't know. And I don't really see it happening either. I'm very concerned that Beowulf is just going to get completely murdered. Oh, and this is another nail in the coffin. Her main tower gets destroyed, causing a loss of damage control and accuracy. That was not another main gun that got destroyed. The poor Beowulf. And that was an actual other gun that got destroyed. The A turret has been knocked out. 30% of the crew is dead. She's still fighting, but losing all those turrets means she also lost a bunch of ammo. She's got 10 AP rounds left and 78 HE. Yeah, and now she has nothing. She has no more main shells. And she's listing so badly that those 6-inch guns... well, they can't actually do much. This is actually a pretty nice shot with that sun behind it. The German ships fought for their lives and lost. Twice. Unfortunate for the Germans, but it's good news for the French, because the French are going to advance to the next round, and, well, they might just come back into the tournament. They played well enough, they might still have a chance at getting to the semi-finals or even the finals. And with that result, Germany is out of the tournament. France moves up to losers round 2, where it will face Italy. That's the next fight that we're going to see. The Italians versus the French. The Italian rookie crews versus the French long barrels. Let's see which one proves to be the victor. The winner of that one moves on to losers round 3, which is actually the semi-finals. So join me next time to figure out which of these two we'll be seeing again. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for more videos.